It's the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley over here on the sporting a Fresca this morning. Look at that.
And we were talking off the air. I know you like the diet 7-Ups. Have you tried the 7-Up zero sugars?
That's all it is.
Those are even better. That's what you drink now instead
That's
of the
all.
diet?
They don't sell Diet 7-Up anymore. It's called 7-Up Zero
yeah.
Sugar. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but don't they do taste to me, because I found there's a difference in taste between Diet Coke and Coke Zero. It's slight and it's subtle, but it's there, and I'm not sure.
I disagree there.
What they
Okay. Diet Coke to me is remarkably bitter, and Coke Zero has done pretty well in making it sweet.
Okay. So there's something in the artificial sweetener that they're putting in the zero sugar drinks. Probably will kill us eventually.
Well,
but for now,
whatever.
Tastes pretty good.
Yeah. The Diet 7-Up and 7-Up Zero Sugar, there's really no difference between the two. But the Fresca, that's what I wanted to talk about today.
Yes.
I went and picked up some Fresca last week when Cindy was gone. I thought, ooh, Fresca, look at that. But I bought the mini cans, and I'd like you to look at your can and tell me what it says, because does it say Fresca sparkling water, or does it say
sparkling soda water? Yes.
Sparkling soda water. So there is a marketing ploy, because I thought maybe they changed the formulation of Fresca a little bit, but upon drinking a Fresca, I think it's still pop.
Yeah, it is. I would say it is.
Okay.
No question.
I think they're throwing a slider on that one.
I think you're probably right on that. Now, the reason I grabbed one of those, though, is yesterday I had an incident during dinner. I made myself 14 bagel bites, put them in the oven. It says cook them at 425. I cook them at 430. I like a little crispier, but then I forgot to time it. So then I think it was supposed to be around 15 minutes, 14 minutes. I think it was closer to 20. So they were pretty hot when I took them out, and I was fine until about the 12th one, and that really caught the roof of my mouth. So,
you would think at number 12 they'd be cooled off a little bit. So apparently you eat like a swine.
Well, yeah. I eat fast.
Yeah. Oh, we all do. Radio people eat fast. That's what we do.
I got to get this done before Jethro Tull's over.
That's right. Aqualung. I don't like to eat in front of anybody because I eat so fast. It's embarrassing.
I got a friend. I don't have an issue eating in front of anybody. I had a buddy of mine that could never take a girl to dinner because he was the only thing in his life he was self-conscious about. Really smart guy, in shape, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Is self-conscious about how he eats, so he didn't like to eat in front. And I never noticed anything weird about the way he ate.
I'm weird and getting weirder with it. I will try to hide somewhere and eat if I can. I really will. It freaks me out to eat in front of people. It does.
Do you feel like you're being judged, or that you think they're looking at you, or do you just think you eat weird?
I've been told I eat weird. I think I eat weird. And watching people eat as a rule, and then thinking about them watching me eat, I'll tuck away. I'll find a corner.
Yeah. I don't know anybody who's ever had an issue with me eating aside from Alexa when we were together.
Oh, I do.
Would have chips.
I can't stand watching you eat.
Well, this is just, you didn't like it because we were on the air doing it.
No.
But she just didn't like the sound.
I don't like the sound when you eat.
With chips.
I don't like the way that you put things in your mouth with your fingers. I don't like the way you chew.
What am I supposed to use other than my fingers to put in my toes?
And
what the hell is wrong with you?
Dude, there's nothing disparaging of you on this at all.
What are you talking about? You said I can't stand the way you eat with your finger.
I can't watch you. I hate watching you eat.
You say I have issues.
I know I have issues.
Man, you could go.
I've never said I don't have issues, but one of your issues is eating, and you're in denial.
Okay. So. I'm not in denial. There's a difference between being in denial and just not caring.
Okay.
That may be an issue for other people. It just isn't an issue for me.
Not for you.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I got to get a mention in. Let me get a quick mention in here. The Salmon Assault is coming up in May. This is when they take a bunch of veterans out for a big day of salmon
Oh,
fishing and all that, and then everybody
nice.
stands on the channel and waves and does a salute
That's
when they
very
come
cool.
back in. We're going to do a story on it, but he asked if we'd mention it here. So, hey, if the audience is growing and asking for a
Absolutely.
mention, we'll give him a mention.
There you go.
All right.
How much are you going to charge him for that? How much?
You know, I haven't
That should
gotten to
be
that
about
point
50
yet.
bucks.
I should,
Should
yeah.
be about $50 just for the mention. For
Well,
2 seconds. I'm just saying. No free rides.
because you know how I like to dig into those veterans volunteer
Exactly.
organizations and try and make a buck.
Those damn volunteers trying to get by, trying to get something over. Oh, I want to not correct anything I said yesterday, but we were talking about AI, and we kind of did a little doom and gloom thing.
Yeah.
And I was rethinking afterwards, as I do, because we do these things in the moment, and now it's creeped out because these things seem like they're becoming like living things now. But it really, I mean, if we can get a handle on it, it could be a positive. We just don't have a good track record of getting a handle on things, and the technology is moving so fast. So it's not, I mean, this could, I want to emphasize could be something great, could be apocalyptic, but if it is apocalyptic, that's probably way down the road. So again, I just didn't want to, I felt bad afterwards saying, because I'm an up with people, you're an up with
Right.
people person yourself. So I didn't want, I don't like coming off as too, I don't like that aspect that of my character that'll occasionally come out, because by and large I'm positive.
Yeah.
I didn't like, I think I put too much of a negative spin on that.
So what you're basically saying is that A, you're a ninny, and B,
no,
your overlords called you last night and told you what more to say.
No, the AI called me and said, "Hey, let's
Maybe.
tamper down that shit, or
That's right.
you know what could happen.
You know, AI
to your bank account
you in
that
the
doesn't
traffic
have
world.
much. Yeah. Oh, I could be replaced by an app tomorrow.
I know.
In fact, I may not be doing this now. This could be an AI version of me. You don't know. I may be a deep fake.
Ooh.
Just throwing it out there.
All right.
We shall see.
Okay. Do me a
If
favor and wow us with some news while you drink the Fresca sparkling water.
Fresca. Yes.
Fresca.
By the way, they should start advertising.
I couldn't agree more. I love the Fresca. Just
throwing that out there. All right, let's get into it. 70% of Americans are financially stressed. This is according to the latest CNBC poll. 60% blame inflation, which is costing the average American household an extra $433 per month. 58% are living paycheck to paycheck. Household debt levels are also up 38%. This whole, living paycheck to paycheck thing, I have a weird view on this. I don't know if it's weird or anything, but it's just, and you can relate to this too, having worked in radio, and it's where you're not poverty stricken, but you're always kind of walking that line. You make enough basically to feed yourself and take care of your bills and maybe have a little bit left over. But I mean, that's been my existence essentially my entire professional life.
Yep.
And again, that's you make certain career decisions, you make bad financial choices at times, but I mean, it's I occasionally I kind of, a part of me likes this a little bit, likes this data, because now it feels like everybody is kind of living like me in a way, not completely, but kind of. We're getting close. We're kind of, I used to feel like most people were here. I'm just talking about economically. Most people were here and I was kind of floating down here. Now it feels like that gap between me and the have-somes is closing. We talk about the have-nots. We don't care. We don't really talk that, or we have talked about the, haves and the have-nots. We don't talk about the have-somes. I want to get close to the have-somes. And I feel like we're kind of, again, we're closing that gap a little bit.
So here's the question, and I want you to imagine. I want you to think. I want you to dream.
Mm-hmm.
Dream of a world where the have littles go up instead of the having somes come down to meet the have littles. Can you imagine what it would be like if people were paid adequately for what they do and rewarded for their work? Instead of, well, you've kind of hit the pay ceiling, you're fired. Go find another job.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how great that would be if we were living equitably for what we do,
Okay.
kind of like back in the 40s and 50s when people were making a decent wage. And this idea of, well, we'll just outsource this or outsource that.
Yeah, I don't like
And
the outsourcing.
well, but that's what's going on.
Yeah,
And
but yeah,
essentially,
I understand why it's done. I don't like
essentially
it.
what you just said is that you're cheering on those who have some to
Coming down
crash
to my
down
level a
to
little bit.
those who have none.
I don't have none. I know I'm not.
No,
See, again, you're
but
not
that's what you just
fully
said.
listening. I said I was talking about the have somes and me because I
Right.
don't have. I'm the have little. Then there's the have somes. Then there's the haves, and then below me are the have nots. Just
Wouldn't it be nice
no, I'm
though
not.
if you
I'm
as a
not.
have little were on your way up instead of those who
It would
have
be.
some were on their way down?
It would be again. Again. I put more of that on me though than I do anybody else.
Okay.
I've had a hard time, honestly, and this has been a flaw in me for years, not understanding or really knowing my own value.
I have the exact
And I've
same
been
problem.
you and I are on, and that is again. I think that is on us individually as much as it is because I still remember back doing traffic in the early days when I was the most requested reporter
Yeah.
in that building, and I was doing 110 traffic reports a day. I was going from because now it's real easy for me to do. You send it out and it goes out to a bunch of different
Yeah.
stations. But back in the day, I had to do one report, boom, switch over to another station, boom, switch over to the next one, and I found out that I was the lowest paid person there despite being the most requested,
Right.
the most in demand. And in fact, when I had to take a day off, they had to have two people fill in for me.
So think about this.
So that's yeah. So that's
A
up. But
company
again,
should invest in
that
you
was
for
on
that.
me.
No, it wouldn't.
That was that. See, I don't put that as much on them as I do me. It's like I should have walked in and said, "Hey, you had two people fill in for me. Why am I not? I can't. We can't have this. I can't be at this wage when I'm doing this." But I didn't do that because I'm not confrontational enough with management, and that is a problem I need to rectify. And I've gotten better at it because I ask for raises constantly. Don't get my. I got a small one like a year ago.
No.
But with a lot of these companies now, yeah, we've got pay. You've got
Well,
pay
we got a
freezes
budget.
all over the place. Yeah,
Yeah, I know. Bullshit.
yeah. Again, so it sucks. But again, I got to be a little more. I got to put a little more of that on me. I understand what you're saying. It would be nice, but I'm also in that. I also don't. I also try to see it from a boss's point of view because I've been part of a family business too, so I understand what you have what you have and what you can pay people and what you want to pay people and all that stuff.
There's a
So
big difference.
it's not as simple as
There
it,
is.
it's greed and
There's a big ass
or
difference
laziness.
between a family business making countertops
hmm
and a stock market driven media company. A
hmm
big ass difference.
Yeah, I think you've got a lot of people at the top who probably are the ones that are costing the most, and maybe you don't need as many of those people.
I'm just
Maybe,
saying.
but they
Next
don't
story.
want to. You know.
I do.
Again. This is something we could go off on
We could.
forever. What else is going on? Money. It's got to be the shoes. Michael Jordan's game-worn sneakers from the 1998 NBA Finals were sold at auction on Tuesday. How much do you think they fetched?
I would
MJ, the GOAT.
say Michael Jordan shoes from 1998. I would say, conservatively, $638.
Six- $2.2 million,
Good
making
God.
them the most expensive shoes in history. So obviously, whoever bought that ain't living paycheck to paycheck.
No, they're not.
But man, that's pretty
Imagine
nice.
you walk into
You
some guy's
play-
office in Chicago and he's like, "Hey, look behind here. I want to show you something." Michael Jordan sneakers. I spent $2.2 million. And I'd be like,
I want to
you
hang with
stupid."
that guy.
I don't.
No, I want to hang with that guy.
I bet you
because
do.
100%. And not just because I'm, I appreciate MJ. I just like if you got that kind of money to throw around, I want to know how you became that how you got to that point in life and what I need to do to get to that point.
Right.
Because that would be, because those people know something. We tend to, there's a little bit of envy in all of us, because we all say, oh, well, you're an idiot. No, that guy is not an idiot.
Not over
He's not
$2.2 million
stupid.
sneakers. I'm
No,
not that
dude,
interested.
that's not dumb. That's
Here.
not dumb.
I'll show you something.
My
Here's a
point
nice
is,
collector.
okay.
This is my Lemmy from Motorhead votive candle.
Yes.
It was
yes.
$5. See? So there you go. That's how you collect things. Nice.
Yeah, I'm just saying, that's, I want to get in that, like, how do you become that? It's those people fascinate me, because the fact is that the vast majority of fortunes are not inherited. They're made. So, okay. You know, come up with an idea. Like, you know what movie I'm really looking forward to seeing is that the Nike Air movie, basically about the rise of Nike through their signing of Michael Jordan back in like 1984.
Sweet.
Because back in the day, it was all Converse, Adidas. No one gave two shits about Nike. And you got Ben Affleck, you got Matt Damon in that. That from everything I'm hearing is great.
All right.
We shall see. What else is going on? Michigan lawmakers want to upgrade the state's texting and driving law. A bipartisan bill would expand the law to include using social media sites, streaming, or making video calls. A first offense would be a $100 fine plus 16 hours of community service.
Ooh.
I think it's probably a good idea. Yeah. Although the problem with it is that it's really, really hard to enforce the texting and driving law, let alone when you're adding these other things onto it. I've talked to cops about this after getting pulled over a few years back, right after the texting and driving thing came in. And I wasn't pulled over for that, but I said, how hard is it to get somebody on texting? It's just like, it's almost impossible.
It is.
I mean, it's almost impossible.
But if the law is there and
people
somebody does something bad and something bad happens, there's a law in place.
Yeah, but the big thing is just having that law in place will make people less likely to do it. Of course, people are still going to do it.
Think about this. Say you're driving along in the car doing a video. Here's your ticket.
Well, here's the thing I don't get, though. It says streaming. It doesn't specify. It does specify video calls. But what if you're streaming audio? Because streaming audio is the same thing as listening to the radio. And that's what I do every day. I mean, I've got my phone and I have it up in the little visor.
I think they mean outgoing streaming.
Okay, yeah. I don't know, but see, that's not specified. It's not. We can think and try and figure out and everything. I think it needs to be. I want to know more specifically what's in the law.
Okay.
By and large, I agree with it, but I would like to know a little bit more about the specifics. But by and large, I think it's probably a good idea.
Very good.
Anyway, sports. Tigers lose again. They fall to Toronto 9-3, dropping to 2-8 on the year. Cubs win. They beat Seattle in what amounted to a slow pitch softball game, 14-9. Carolina skates past the Wings 4-1, and Tyson Walker and Malik Hall now coming back to Sparty Land. Tom Izzo and Michigan State, they are going to be loaded next year in college hoops. National championship contenders. Everybody might as well just give them the trophy now.
That's what I'm going to do. Those are my two favorite players, and I'm going to be outside the arena waiting for autographs when they come back for spring training or whatever they got. All right. Government ABCs for Jeopardy. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
It's a $1,000 question today, and it's another softball slow pitch.
Hang on.
You ready?
Let's do this.
It was established in 1934, 5 years after the big stock market crash. The SEC. Uh-oh.
SEC.
Uh-oh.
Wait, you just said the... Okay.
SEC.
It was established in 1930. The Securities and Exchange Commission?
Thank God. I thought you were going to blow it.
I almost did. I almost said the stock exchange, but that would have made it the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Sometimes you do stupid things.
That was not a softball. That was
a softball.
That pitch there, I thought it was going to be a curve that you hung. That had a little bit of movement on it. So I had to use all my skills and talents, and boom. Oh, that got over the wall. That cleared easily. But I did knock it out of the park. It's not still flying. That was not an easy pitch to hit. Just saying. Oh yeah, fine. Fake sleep over my amazing answer.
Happy Wednesday, Muskegon. Hopefully you all are enjoying this very nice weather we've been having, and thankfully it will last right until the weekend, until it cool down early next week. So let's look at your forecast, brought to you by Trinity Health. Your satellite imagery on Tuesday afternoon showed a large high pressure system in the southeast United States, and that will just persistently stay there over the next few days, which will help to pump in warmth across much of the country over the next few days. So that's why we will stay dry and mostly sunny here in West Michigan until at least this weekend. So your weather headlines show that nicely, with a beautiful weather expected through Friday, along with plenty of sunshine and warming temperatures into the 70s. And then that will abruptly change as a pattern change arrives early next week, beginning with some rain showers as early as Saturday afternoon. But in the meantime, enjoy the nice weather with temperatures in the upper 60s for today, especially away from the lake, as lake temperatures will keep the air temperature a little bit cooler, around 58 at the beach and near 70 at Ravenna. So for your Wednesday, expect a high of 67 in Muskegon with sunny skies as well. So just a beautiful spring day is expected across West Michigan with a low of 48. So a pretty warm night is expected as well with clear skies. However, like I said, things will change early next week. By next Sunday, temperatures will crash into the 40s and maybe even the 30s on Monday. And the latest 6 to 10 day temperature outlook shows that nicely, with Sunday through next Thursday showing a high probability of cooler than average temperatures. And you can see that on our Sunday forecast as well, with maybe even a chance of snow next Monday. But thankfully that would not stick, as the ground temperatures will be too warm by then. But temperatures will crash into the 40s and 30s early next week. But in the meantime, enjoy the 60s and 70s that we'll see, with the plenty of sunshine over the next few days, until rain showers and thunderstorms arrive later on Saturday. And that's your Wednesday forecast, brought to you by Trinity Health on the Muskegon channel. And I'm Cole Woods Weather, and have a wonderful Wednesday.